good, my. I want to talk to y'all for a few minutes. Talk about this. The sanction bodies in the sport of boxing is hurting the sport of boxing. It truly is hurting the sport of boxing. The sanction bodies. Gregory, what's going on? It's hurting the sport of boxing. So, I didn't even think I've ever been the first in there. Salute to you, great brother. Jay Gadget, Poe Porter, what's going on? $12. What's going on? Skills from New Orleans, what's going on? Yeah, Miss Joette, peace, blessings, Queen. How you doing today? Jet Ski Deuce, my brother, what's goody? Yeah, Gregory said, well, I ain't never been the first one in here. Salute. Yeah, so Omar Chalker, what's going on? So I want to talk about this real quick, right? The WBC says that Devin Haney not a franchise champion. Not that he wanted to be, but he didn't file the paperwork, and now it's a whole process to becoming the franchise champion. But remember, Teofimo Lopez said he didn't file the paperwork. Remember, George Kambosos said he didn't file the paperwork, but they would name WBC franchise champions. Not that, I just wanted to talk about why they are messing with the sport of boxing. It's hurting the sport of boxing, right? So, I think you got to do it, because you just said this cut on. So, now, right? Jesus. Keon Carl, what's going on?
You connected them to your phone? You know how to, or you don't know?
So now they saying that, you know, you got to petition, right? You got to file the proper paperwork, and that they heard interview Devin Haney said, right? Shot _ 064, what's going on? The Natural, what's going on? They heard an interview that Devin Haney did, Preacher Joe, what's going on? And Devin Haney said that he didn't want to be franchised, right? Rel, what's going on? Clearly, Professor X, what's going on? Then he goes on to say the franchise belt was created for the lightweight division, Mauricio Suleiman says. It was created for the lightweight division, right? Dimitri Cohen, what's going on? He says the franchise, Samuel Roberts, what's going on? Gabe Moore, Ray Davis, Timothy Stottmeyer, what's going on? He said the franchise was created for the lightweight division. When we know the franchise belt was created for, the franchise belt was created for Canelo Alvarez, not the lightweight division, right? It was first given to and introduced to the sport of boxing through Canelo Alvarez. It was first they said you can't win it, you can't lose it, right? It was an acknowledgement of your accomplishments, right? It was created for Canelo Alvarez, just being E, what's going on? How was it created for the lightweight division when the first person you gave it to was a middleweight? It benefits the lightweight division the most. D. Blair LaFleur, what's going on? Is what he said. But the first person you gave it to when you introduced Stories Invaders, what's going on? The first person you gave it to was Canelo Alvarez in the middleweight division. When you first introduced, we never heard of it. Cinnamon Savage, what's going on? We never even heard of the franchise title. Nathan Cano, what's going on? Never even heard of the franchise title, right? Cinnamon Savage, what's going on? And so the first time we hear of the franchise titles when you give it to Canelo Alvarez, so he didn't have to fight Jamal Charlo. Mike Big Boss, go squad to my brother Mike Big Boss. So he didn't have to fight and honor his mandatory. Brown Lumber 909, what's going on? Right? And now you're trying to, Boston News DC, what's going on? You're trying to, Zania Presley, what's going on? You're trying to act like it benefits the lightweight division the most. No, it caused the most confusion in the lightweight division. That's what it does. It didn't benefit the lightweight division at all whatsoever, because you said it didn't transfer. It couldn't change hands. It was a trophy. It was an acknowledgement. Cool Boy Curry, what's going on? It was a trophy and an acknowledgement. Easy peasy, what's going on? So I don't want Devin Haney to be the French champion to begin with. Kane the bad guy, what's going on? Trayvon Allen, what's going on? I didn't want him to be the franchise champion to begin with. Do away with it. But it's just, I just find it ironic and miraculous that suddenly, right, suddenly now, they talking about that the franchise title, right, is Devin Haney's not a franchise champion because he didn't file a proper paperwork. When Teofimo Lopez said he never petitioned to be the franchise, the WBC came to him. Then George Cambosa said the same thing. Peace be free, solo production, what's going on? LV4, what's going on? So now they're saying that you got to file a proper paperwork. Michael Ray II. But the only paperwork from WBC, everything else after that, it just started to change hands. MPWTF, what's going on? QGOD, what's going on? It just started to transfer from one fighter to another. And these fighters were saying, George Cambosa said, I never petitioned to be the WBC franchise champion. Timo, I never petitioned to be the WBC franchise champion. This is what they said. Now suddenly, it transfers between them, but now it don't transfer. Jesse, what's going on? Calo Kula, what's going on? And now you got to do the proper paperwork. We have 468 people here, right? And we have 117 lights. Wipe your feet before you come inside. Ring my doorbell before you walk in my house. There's no way we have that many people watching and we don't have they'll smash the like button. Participate, it's free. Get the lights all the way up. So with that said, right? I think it's pretty fascinating that suddenly they're talking about it was created for the light. It benefits and created for the lightweight division. Bama Jeff 79, what's going on? MP Dub TF, what's going on? Now suddenly it transfers and it works with the lightweight division. When we know it worked against the lightweight division, it caused the most confusion in the lightweight division. The most confusion in the lightweight division. Oh, Devin Haney is an email champion. He ain't the real champion. Who's undisputed? This person undisputed. It just caused a bunch of confusion. It didn't settle anything. It didn't clarify anything. It caused confusion. And the only reason it didn't cause confusion in the middleweight division is because Canelo Alvarez left the division. Let's be honest. The franchise existence never benefited any boxer. It didn't even benefit Antonio MMA. What's going on? It didn't even benefit Canelo Alvarez because he never used it. Woke the truth. What's going on? Via Ferrer. What's going on? Matt Jackson. What's going on? Canelo Alvarez never even used the franchise title. He never even used it. So it didn't benefit anybody. P. Holly, what's going on? See, people don't remember. DeHaven Alexander, what's going on? The people don't even remember and acknowledge that this was even a case in the middleweight division because Canelo Alvarez immediately exited the division. So it wasn't a cluster. It never caused the issue. It never caused the debates and things of that nature because he left the division. But you got to be, if we understand, Jamal Charlo is the same. He was the same person that Devin Haney was. But ain't nobody called Jamal Charlo a franchise champion. You know why? An email champion. You know why they never called him an email champion? Because Canelo Alvarez left the division. Or otherwise, he would have been being called the email champion, right? So how did it benefit anybody? The sanction bodies are causing more and more issues in the sport of boxing than they benefit the sport of boxing. Ben Davis, what's going on? As far as Jeff Campbell, what's going on? As far as the fans are concerned, now I don't know what they do and help this fighter and that fighter behind the scenes. But as far as the fans go and clarity goes, it just causes more and more issues in the sport of boxing. It don't clarify anything in the sport of boxing. Nothing. Alante Lewis, what's going on? It has clarified absolutely nothing in the sport of boxing. It has helped and benefit absolutely nobody in the sport of boxing. Nobody benefited from it. Lomachenko was the franchise champion, right? He immediately lost. Teofimo was the franchise champion. He immediately lost. George Kambosos was the franchise champion, and he immediately lost. Giovanni Walker, my brother in the super chat, dropping. He said the franchise belt is not for black boxers. No, it's not for nobody. It didn't benefit anybody. Giovanni Walker. It didn't benefit or help anybody do anything because it still ended up in the right hands, in Devin Haney's hands. Ashante L, what's going on? It benefited absolutely nobody. Not a single fighter it benefited from. Not a single fighter was able to do anything that hindered anybody else outside of it. Just prolonged the time length for Devin Haney to get his hands on all the belts. Nelson Armstrong, what's going on? Because Devin Haney, Lomachenko was the franchise. He was the mandatory. Lomachenko didn't fight him, but he didn't fight anybody. He fought Teofimo Lopez in a unification bout, and he lost. John Pugh, what's going on? Then he lost. So it didn't benefit Lomachenko. Then Teofimo Lopez became franchise, right? And then he lost. So it didn't benefit him. His very next fight, he lost. Then George Kambosos gets the belt. His very next fight, he loses. So who did it benefit? Canelo Alvarez exited the division. Fly High 8-9, what's going on? And Canelo Alvarez never even acknowledged being franchised. Not one single time did Canelo Alvarez acknowledge being franchised. So who did it benefit? Zoomverse, what's going on? Who did it benefit? Who? Not one single soul in the sport of boxing did the franchise belt, MP WTF, he said, Dev. Renee Bosch-Young, go subscribe to my brother Renee Bosch-Young. Arthur Hawkins, what's going on? It didn't benefit Devin Haney. How did it benefit Devin Haney? It didn't benefit Devin Haney at all. Jay Lynn, peace, bless, queen. How you doing tonight? It didn't benefit Devin Haney. It didn't benefit Lomachenko. It didn't benefit Teofimo. It didn't benefit George Kambosos. It ain't benefit Canelo. It ain't benefit Jamal Charlo. It ain't benefit nobody. Marcus Golden, what's going on? The only person that remotely used it to do anything was Lomachenko avoiding his mandatory with Devin Haney. But, and even in that, he attempted to unify and he lost his next fight. So he lost anyway. So who did it benefit? Nobody. Paul Porter, what's going on? It didn't benefit a single soul. Not a single soul benefited from having it. Nobody was able to avoid somebody and be successful. If Lomachenko would have beat Teofimo Lopez, then it would have benefited Lomachenko. But he lost, so it didn't benefit him. Prince to Amir, what's going on? So these sanction bodies are doing nothing but causing confusion. More and more confusion. And now, easy peasy, what's going on? Now I'm seeing the reports that come out. Y'all go to World Boxing News 24, and you can see the report that come out about the WBA being taking money and $250,000 or something like that, you know, to put fighters in the best position, so on and so forth. Why do we have 200 likes and we have 556 people in here? How do we have 200 likes with 556 people in here? Yeah, I'm calling the Danny Garcia fight. Yes, sir. I'm calling that whole card. It's got Anton Russell, Sergey Derevyanchenko coming back. Rances Bartholomew versus Gary Anton Russell. Sergey Derevyanchenko coming back. Danny Garcia Benavidez fight is a 50-50 fight. That whole card is exciting to me. It'll be a Red Cup night for your boy Blue. Carl Hardy, what's going on? Mike Lee, what's going on? Catherine Murray, peace, bless, queen. How you doing tonight? Bobo, what's going on? Timothy Mortimer, what's going on? So the franchise belt benefited nobody, and he had the audacity to say that Devin Haney ain't the franchise champion because he never filed the proper paperwork. Proper paperwork? Proper paperwork? Donate $1 super chat. Refresh the super chat for the people that's trying to send a super chat and can't send a super chat. Father the 81, what's going on, great brother? I thought that was real ironic. I'm like, really? Richard Panagano, what's going on? Always loaded, what's going on? MP Dub TF, my brother. So I'm in my head, I'm like, really? Terrible. Denzel Horton, what's going on? Mauricio Suleiman said this. Jalen, Check Hook, what's going on? Kyle, what's going on? Music by Music TV, what's going on? Amazing. Yeah, the Mets got us tonight and yesterday. So Devin Haney got to do the proper paper. Now, ain't this amazing, right? I thought this was very amazing. They was the ones saying that Kambosos, OBJ5E, was going on. They was the ones saying Kambosos and Teofimo Lopez was undisputed. They was the ones, right? And all they had was the franchise title. And they were saying that Rolly Roy, what's going on? That Teofimo Lopez and Kambosos was undisputed, right? So they didn't have to do no paperwork because it was automatic, right? Dimitri Cohen, my brother in Super Chat, said, salute to the Red Cup night, LOL. Yes, sir. Right? They was the ones that said that, you know, Teofimo Lopez, George Kambosos was undisputed, right? So if that's the case, then why does Devin Haney have to file paperwork? Shouldn't it be automatic? Aisha, peace, bless, queen. How you doing tonight? Oh, I want to get off that exit. Shouldn't it be automatic then? Why do they have to file to be undisputed? Juice, what's going on? Real crazy 504, what's going on? I just find that pretty ironic and amazing that, you know, now suddenly Devin Haney got to go through the proper steps to be considered franchise. Man, come on, man. You was out there passing the belt around. They was out there passing the belt around. Now Devin Haney got to take the proper steps to be considered the franchise champion. Amazing. Only in the sport of boxing this happens. Only in the sport of boxing. Only in the sport of boxing these types of things happen. Tracy Lewis, what's going on? It don't happen anywhere else. Only in the sport of boxing. Anthony Pendergrass, what's going on? Boss Red 357, what's going on? And to say it was created for the lightweight division to benefit the lightweight division. Man, come on, man. It was created to benefit the lightweight division. Really? When the first person you gave it to was Canelo Alvarez, and he's a middleweight? It just hurts the sport of boxing when we have these types of scenarios playing out. It just hurts. It hurts the sport of boxing when you have these types of additions to the sport that's unneeded. Tech RD, what's going on? Carl Hardy, what's going on? That's what it does. It hurts the sport of boxing. Is not needed in the sport of boxing. And Melante Davis, what's going on? This is why It's just not enough fighters that just stand up and make a stand. If more fighters just stood up, John Doe, appreciate you in the super chat. If more fighters just stood up and made a stand, then, you know, a change will come. Easy peasy, my brother in the super chat dropping that Cinco on your boy Blue. WBC franchise belt. Can't read that. Confusion. Those how are in charge make the rules. They continue to move the goalposts. Yeah, exactly. Sports and God, what's going on? It just hurts the sport of boxing. It's not necessary, man. It's too much unnecessary movement takes place within the sport of boxing for no reason, man. For no reason. It's too easy to make the big fights, period. It should just be the best fighting the best. Everything else should be done away with, period. It should just be the best fighting the best, and we shouldn't be talking about nothing else but the best fighting the best, period. That's all. And it should be one belt, the WBC middleweight belt, the WBC lightweight belt. That's it. The real crazy 504 boy, brother in the super chat, dropping that Cinco on your boy Blue. Marcus Luck, what's going on? Appreciate you, real crazy. It should just be one belt, period. It shouldn't be Stephanie Ray, peace, bless, queen. How you doing tonight? It should be Eno Boxing. What's going on? It should be one belt per division. That's it. Nothing else. No other discussions. One belt, not. And the interim belt should be the mandatory belt. That's it. You're the interim champion. We know you. That means you on deck for that belt to be the mandatory challenger for that belt. Period. DVJ 600. What's going on? Andre Bernard. What's going on? It should be one belt, and that's it. That's it. That's all. You the mandatory challenger for the WBC title. You the interim champion. That makes you the mandatory. That's it. Period. You the mandatory challenger for the IBF. Okay, you the interim champion. Cool. They give you an interim belt. It should look different than the regular belt. The WBC interim silver, diamond, they all look the same. It should be, if you're the interim champion, the color should be in reverse. That's how you identify the interim champion, and that belt can be passed along, right? If you lose to somebody, now that makes them the mandatory challenger. That makes them the interim champion. Cool, I'm with that. Javon Davis, what's going on? You beat a fighter that's the interim champion, you become the interim champion, that belt is passed around. So now we know that you now you on deck to be the mandatory challenger. That's it. Now you on deck, and the colors should be in reverse. So if you're the interim champion for the WBC, the colors should be gold and green instead of green and gold. The dominant colors should be gold and green. That highlights and lets everybody know, oh, this guy's the interim. Jaquan Pickett, what's going on? You the interim champion. You on deck. DFW Motivation, what's going on? You on deck. You the interim champion. Okay, we know you got next. Period. Those two belts, the only physical belts that anybody should be holding. Not silver, not regular, not super, not diamond, none of that. One main belt, one interim champion. Period. And if the interim champion loses to the actual champion, the next person in line in the ranking system, you take the belt, you give it to that man. Now he's the interim champion. He's next in line. Or you have the next top two guys in line fight for the belt, and they pick up the belt. Period. Easy fix. This is not hard. It's made to be hard so that they can benefit off of everybody. I mean, just look at the situation with the WBA, and that situation with Maestro and Fox, where everybody knew Fox won the fight. Everybody knew Fox won the fight, right? And then it was contested, and it ruled a no contest, right? Then one of the judges found out to be in bed with the WBA. Then that judge was suspended, and yet Maestro is ahead of Fox in the ranking system. How could that be true? When everybody in the world know Fox won the fight against Maestro, the entire world know Fox won the fight against Maestro, and it was ruled a no contest. And we found out Miss 1609 what's going on, Alex Mosley what's going on. Then we find out one of the judges was not on the up and up, and was suspended. Mark Franklin, what's going on? It was ruled a no contest, and then Maestro still moved ahead of him in the rankings. How? So you'd still achieve what you wanted to achieve. You wanted to move Maestro up in the ranking system, period. That's why the issue was what the issue was to begin with. That's why. Because you was attempting to move Maestro in the ranking system for whatever reason. For whatever reason, Maestro, you wanted him. I don't know what special treatment he was offered, or they was offered, but that's why he was moved in the ranking system to begin with. Seven-six Dudes Junkie, my brother. Ray Smith, what's going on? Dominique, what's going on? Rolly Roll, appreciate you, brother. I just find it pretty ironic and amazing that this is still allowed to take place in the boxing we love. And then when fans start to say, man, this fight was fixed, or Robert Singleton, what's going on? Or the best ain't fighting the best because there's the fixes in, the SS family, what's going on? Then everybody want to cry and complain. It's, man, ain't no way, man. What's wrong with y'all, the fans? Well, you got things like this happening. H-Town 713, what's going on? You have things like Mike Lee, what's going on? You have things like this happening behind the scenes and taking place. And then you question the fan. You get mad at the fans, Tobias Sellers, what's going on? When the fans question the motive and the outcome of fights. Now, how could you do such a thing? Black male first, what's going on? So when the fans get in the uproar and say, hey man, this dude didn't even fight, man. This dude didn't come to fight. He just laid down like they did. Like the fans got upset with the outcome of this Ryan Garcia and Javier Fortuna fight. And everybody the first day, oh, no, it wasn't. No, it was no fix. It was real, man. Well, Javier Fortuna didn't look nothing like his old self. And the thing is, maybe he just didn't have nothing left. Big LT, what's going on? Jay Isaac, what's going on? Maybe he just didn't have nothing left. But you leave it to question when you have situations and scenarios that are taking place behind the scenes like this, and the fans are led to question many things that's going on, period. Chris Brooks, what's going on? That's what happens. Tristan Berry, what's going on? Shah_064, what's going on? When you have situations where we clearly know, like, come on, this is not right. And if that's not right, what leaves me to believe this one ain't right? What leads fan to believe, Jose, I save it all. What's going on? I hope I say it now. I can't really see it. So what leads fans to believe that Javier Fortuna, his career is is on the back end, if not already over? So what leads us to believe that Javier Fortuna, people ain't say, listen, let me fatten up the pockets, and because Ryan Garcia is 23, You understand? He got a much brighter future. Let's go ahead and fatten up your pockets. You know what I mean? Make it look good, and you know, we can continue to build up Ryan. I'm not saying that happened or didn't happen. I'm just saying that that it gives fans credence to question. It gives fans the ammunition they need to question what's going on. Ronnie James Jr., what's going on? It just gives fans yeah, like, man, did I just watch that? What happened? That's what happens. It's amazing, man, that this, you know, this franchise belt and the situation with the WBA and now you have Vargas, right, looking to unify the belts against Leo Santa Cruz, and then suddenly Leo Santa Cruz got to honor mandatory or be stripped. Huh? You have Ryota Murata, the WBA champion for 2 years, 2.5 years, and didn't fight, not active, not doing anything. He didn't do anything for 2 years. He sat on the belt for 2 years. He did absolutely nothing. And he was allowed to keep the belt. But then Manny Pacquiao, who's a known Senate and you know, that has a lot of things going on in the politics in his home country in the Philippines, he has the belt for 2 years during the global pandemic, and then they want to strip him. The same sanction bodies. The same exact sanction body. With 2 different rules. How? And then Manny Pacquiao petitions to regain the belt. Like, yo, listen, why you take the belt from me? You never, and then they apologize. Hey, we apologize. You said that you told him and informed Manny Pacquiao. You informed Manny Pacquiao that, if he didn't fight somebody in the top 10 ranking system, he was going to be stripped of the title. That's the report that came out from the WBA. That they informed Manny Pacquiao if he didn't do so. And then Manny Pacquiao says that's not true and shows proof that he was never informed. Nobody ever contacted him. He knew nothing about it. And then they had the audacity to apologize to Manny Pacquiao, which confirms Manny Pacquiao was right. They never told him anything. And then he petitions to regain the title, right? Jermaine 419, brother in super chat, dropping that half a dub on your boy Blue. He said if the Crawford Spence negotiations falls apart because of 50-50, hold on, brother. Hey, y'all gotta shorten, when I'm driving, y'all gotta shorten up the super chats because I can't read that, man. He said when negotiation falls apart because of 50-50 split agreed by Spence, is it safe to say Bud Duck Errol? I can't say ducked him, right? Boxing match with Dwayne Freeman. Salute to my brother dropping that half a dub on your boy Blue. I can't say he ducked him, right? You know, because you know he knows it's the biggest fight in the sport of boxing. He knows how much money is they can possibly generate and build up and things of that nature. But at the same token, right? You know, you can make a case. Hey, listen, you said if it was you and the shoe was on the other foot, you would do X, Y, and Z. You understand what I'm saying? So I can't really say he ducked him because he's looking to get and garner as much money as possible for the biggest fight in the sport of boxing. You understand what I'm saying? When he knows, hey, listen, I know I never generated X, Y, and Z, but I do know this, that this fight could possibly generate $200 million, and I want to get compensated for it. I want to get paid. You understand what I'm saying? That could be the case. You know what I mean? Like, and so I can't say he ducked him for it. I could just say he wants to, you know, garner as much money as possible from this situation. Oh, my headphones. Thank you. You see what I'm saying? If that makes sense. Dominique, what's going on? He said, weekend blue, and we calling it a duck move because he said, because even if he take 45, he getting a big bag. Yeah, I can understand that. R. Stokes, what's going on? I can see where y'all coming from. I can understand that. You know what I'm saying? I personally won't say he ducked it. Because the networks ain't in there risking it all. The networks and the promotional companies, they ain't in there putting their physical, beings on the line. You know what I'm saying? Although I know, like I said, I know that, Terrence Crawford has never garnered, massive amount of money. You know what I'm saying? Curly J, what's going on? I know he didn't generate big pay-per-view numbers. I know all of those things, right? He's never done those things. But, on the flip side, I know this. When he stepped through those ropes, he putting it all on the line. Not Steven Espinosa, not the execs at Showtime, not Al Heyman, not the execs behind PBC, not the managers and those. Ain't nobody putting it on the line but Terrence Crawford and Errol Spence. They're the only ones in there going to trade leather. The next person close to what they DVJ 600 was going on is going to be the referee in the ring, just being in the way and possibly being in the line of getting hit or sweat hitting them. Kevin Munnins, what's going on? Ain't nobody else gonna be taking no punches or nothing. So I like I said, I know I don't agree with Terrence Crawford's stance because I feel like, the business part and the numbers tell us that, Errol Spence should get a bigger share of the pie. Period. But I can't say he ducked him because he knows the magnitude of this fight and he wants to get paid. Ralph Shelton, what's going on? Because let me tell you, like I said, Sugar Ray Robinson, he used to do the same exact thing. He would get to the arena. Just think about it. What's different from what Sugar Ray Robinson was doing than Terrence Crawford? Sugar Ray Robinson, if the arena was a 10,000 seat arena, he would see, oh, it's 10,000 people here. I want more money. Now the next fight could be a 20,000 seat arena, and he look at the arena, oh, it's 20,000 people here. I need more money. Now people could say, well, you ain't never sold an arena out this big. Why you deserve more money? You understand what I'm saying? Do it make sense what I'm telling y'all? You know what I'm saying? I'm not appalled. I see both sides. You understand what I'm saying? I can see both sides. Curtis Robinson, what's going on? I can see it from both angles, both sides. You know what I mean? That's the only thing I'm saying, right? So I don't want to say it's a duck. Level up 215. Chris Brooks, what's going on? You understand what I'm saying? Because, you know what I'm saying, why should everybody else get all this money when the only two people in here putting it on the line is me and Errol Spence? Ruben Gutierrez, what's going on? Now I know on the flip side of that, the networks, the promotion companies, and everybody involved could say, yeah, well, you guys look at we the one fitting the bill. We got to pay for the venue. We got to pay for this. We got to pay for that. You understand what I'm saying? So it's a tight situation in my opinion. It's just a weird situation, man. Larry Tucker, what's going on? Manny Face Publishing, my brother in the super chat, dropping that Cinco on your boy Blue. He said, I wish you could go back in all my comments after Haney won them belts. I kept saying, don't hear anything about the franchise belt from old media. Yeah, they ain't gonna say that. 93 _ Rich Entertainment, what's going on? MCM, what's going on? You understand what I'm saying? Yeah, Manny Face Publishing dropping that Cinco on your boy Blue. Yeah, no, facts. You ain't gonna hear nothing about that. Bobby Midnight Paul, what's going on? You ain't gonna hear nothing about it. You ain't gonna see nothing about it. Nothing. Nicholas Simmons, what's going on? But I mean, it just is what it is. Rasheed Hill, what's going on? Ashir Shamig, what's going on? Stephen Bateman, my brother. Salaikum salam. Larry Tucker, what's going on, great brother? He said Bob Arum. He said Bob Arum was starting to disown Bud. He even told us that he was paying Bud too much. Yeah, he did. 7 trillion, what's going on? The Real Dev, what's going on? Sylvester Stanton, what's going on? Electric Agitator, what's going on, great brother? No, he definitely told us that. Smash the like button. Let's get the likes to 500. Smash that like button. You know, so I just look at it. He said I'm still learning. Yeah, we all still learning, great brother. You know what I'm saying? You gotta learn every day. We all learn every single day. You understand what I'm telling you? If you're not learning something every day, something wrong. Period. You know what I'm saying? You should be learning something new every single day. If you're not learning something new every single day, something is wrong. Ray, you're real. What's going on? If you're not learning something new every day, something is wrong. Basement Boston told, what's going on, great brother? Joshua Vasquez, what's going on? Rodzilla Jones, what's going on? Bud got the belt held hostage. I can't say that, man. I just look at it different. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, smash the like button, people. Get the likes all the way up. So I can't say that he's you know, I don't like to say that, you know, he's ducking him, you know what I mean? Smash the like button, people. Neil Grandison, what's going on? Bud doing us dirty. Hey man. Donnell Clark Bay, what's going on? Well, Errol Spence told you what the Errol Spence said. If it don't happen, y'all know it ain't my fault. Antone Martin, what's going on? Why not, my brother? What's going on, great brother? Devin should pay the sanctioned body fees. Well, you know, the sanctioned body fee, the sanctioned bodies in itself is just that whole entire situation is just very, very, you know, the whole sanctioned bodies. Chris Lil One Taylor, my brother, what's goody with you? That whole situation is wild to begin with. You know what I mean? There's no justifications for the sanctioned bodies and how they operate and the things they do. Mashima Yash, what's going on? Ghetto Boys, what's going on? See you later, mommy.
Be careful.
Okay.
You're not going back out, right?
No.
All right. Then go in the house.
I am soon, man. You home safe, man?
Okay, I will.
All right.
Just look like a dog is here.
My mother. That's my mother. C Money Best Style is Brooklyn in the house without a doubt. Said Blue, get some rest. Yeah. In due time, great brother. In due time. Zoomverse, what's going on? In due time. Man, Bug got to do something. I agree. Agreed. The world is yours. What's going on? Blue, what part of New York are you from? I'm from Harlem, then I moved to Hempstead, 11550. TK Digital, what's good with you, great brother? So, I on one hand, I say, I can't fault Terrence Crawford for wanting to get as much revenue as possible. You know what I'm saying? Jay Isaac, what's going on? On the other hand, I as a fan of the sport of boxing, I would say, the numbers. The numbers don't lie. You know what I'm saying? And that your pay-per-views haven't been a success. You know what I'm saying? So on one hand, I would say, you know what? Hey, if I'm he said Larry Tucker 55-45 with back end pay-per-view money. So on one hand, I would say, listen, hey, Crawford, that Errol Spence deserved the lion's share. But then again, in Conquest 2, what's going on? You got to look at it from this standpoint as well, right? And say this, right? You got to look at it from this standpoint and say this, right? Maybe it's not Errol Spence. Maybe it's just the pot overall. You understand? We got to look at it from this standpoint. Maybe the pot is not very big. If that makes sense. You know what I'm saying? Maybe the pot is not a big pot to begin with for there to be, hey, what's going on? What I'm saying is this, right? Let's say the pot is from Showtime and company and everybody involved. Let's say the pot is only 25 million. Right? Let's say they like, okay, we gonna give a pot of 30 million. Right? Let's say that, right? Right, that's what Bob was saying, right? So let's say the pot is $30 million, okay? Now, Errol Spence deserves a lion's share of that $30 million, right? Ish, what's going on? And let's say $30 million. So okay, let's say Errol Spence, he wants 18 million, 20 million. You understand? Valdino Higgs, what's going on? Eric Marshall, what's going on? He want 18 million, to something of that number, right? It's a big number. He deserved the lion's share of the pot, right? Now, what does that leave Terrence Crawford? Right? 10 million, 12 million. You understand what I'm saying? 10, 12 million, right? Okay. You Terrence Crawford, are you taking $12 million to fight Errol Spence in the biggest fight in boxing? No. 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 Now, and now we got to look at it from this standpoint, right? Now we got to look at it from this standpoint, and you got to say, all right, I'm not taking 12 million, right? Or whatever. Maybe it's a them thing. Maybe Errol Spence and Terrence Crawford are both unhappy with the pot. And they could be sitting back both and looking and saying, well, the pot you had for Canelo was 60 million. You understand what I'm saying? You had a pot of, what was they offering Canelo Alvarez? 50 million and then 10 million to his opponent. Now, I know in reverse, this is what people are going to say in reverse. Yeah, well, Canelo Alvarez is a massive draw. Well, we heard this too. But on the flip side of that, we saying Canelo was a massive draw. Well, now look at this, right? Think about this, right? I heard reports that Canelo and Bivol only did 250,000 to 300,000 pay-per-view buys. I don't know how true that is. Kyrie Mahoney, what's going on? I don't know if that's true. Maybe it is, maybe it's not. Right? 45 million to fight Spence, 55 to fight Charlo, right? Yeah, so that's $100 million. That's $50 million a fight, right? And reports I heard that he did 250, 300,000 pay-per-views. That means Gervonta Tank Davis did more pay-per-views, him and Rolly Romero, than Canelo Alvarez did. So Canelo Alvarez getting ready to get, you understand what I'm saying? Like, so it's just a sticky situation, man. It's just a weird time for the sport of boxing. It's a awkward, weird time. Let's say that was the numbers that Canelo Alvarez. Let's even say he did 350 pay-per-views. Let's say he did do 350 pay. John Merriweather, what's going on? Right? Let's say he did do 350,000 pay-per-views. Well, that don't garner him getting $50 million or $30 million, and then his opponent getting 10 million. Adrian D, what's going on? Y'all follow what I'm trying to tell y'all? You know what I'm saying? Big boy Scoop 9 Deuce was good. Showtime got the money. They just doing like every company lowballing black people. I won't say that. Chris Bernica, what's going on? The internet pay-per-view. It sure did. Guillermo Maldonado, what's going on? Well, the internet along with the best not fighting the best. Right? Along with people, because this is how I look at it. When you stop getting people that stop wanting to invest in fights, you understand what I'm telling you? They stop wanting to invest in the fights. Rozilla Jones, what's going on? You understand what I'm telling you? They don't want to invest in fights because they ain't getting the fights that they want to see. They don't get the fights that they want to see. How you feel about dropping the prices like Bob? That's not gonna help. Ain't nothing beats free, bro. Nothing. So okay, just think about this. I don't gotta pay $80, but I gotta pay $25, or I still could get it for free. I don't care if it's $25. I'm not paying. I can get it for free. That's not gonna change anything. That won't change a single thing in the sport of boxing. Not in the States. It's not going to change anything. No matter how much you drop the numbers. Carlos Mitchell, what's going on? He said pay-per-view format is not dead in the sport of boxing. Floyd and Paul did 1 million. Well, it is. That's an indication that it's not doing well. Because combined, they have over 60 million followers. And you said it barely did 1 million pay-per-views. I'm going to say it to you again. Combined, they have 60 million people following them. And only 1 million people out of 60 million bought it. Miguel Martinez, what's going on? So they reached 1 million. They should have reached way more than 1 million. That's not a good thing. Carlos Mitchell, follows is not sales. Well, it's popularity. That's what it is. North side of Dallas, what's going on? It's popularity. You got 2 popular fighters and they barely did 1 million views. Eric Marshall said, free 99 is the greatest thing, Blue. You're right, 110%. Right. I don't care if it's $25. I don't care if it's $10. Why would I do it if I could get it for free? Free. Free. So the lowering the price ain't gonna help. It's too late to do that. What they should have did was lower the price on fights that wasn't in high demand that you had on pay-per-view, or just make those all free. And then it gives people the incentive to want to pay for it when it's a big fight, instead of giving us, you know, Charles Martin versus Luis Ortiz on pay-per-view. Giving us fights that the fans don't want to see on pay-per-view. No, you should have gave us the fights that wasn't in high demand free, so that way when it was a treat for people and to be enticed to say, all right, let me spend my hard-earned money to see the best fight the best. Naeem Amir, what's going on? Keith Thurman versus Mario Barrios on pay-per-view. Are you kidding me? Melvin Harris, what's going on? Grayson Sanders, what's going on? Ron Mayberry, what's going on? Keith Thurman versus Mario Barrios is on pay-per-view. Why? Why? I want y'all to understand something. Keith Thurman versus Mario Barrios was on pay-per-view. And Keith Thurman, I don't remember which one. Maybe both. But Keith Thurman and Sean Porter, Keith Thurman and Danny Garcia wasn't on pay-per-view. Now, how does that make sense? T Bonafide, what's going on? Kane the Bad Guy, Sid Smith, what's going on? How could Keith Thurman or Danny Garcia, Keith Thurman and Sean Porter not be on pay-per-view, but Keith Thurman fights Mario Barrios on pay-per-view? Arik Russell, what's going on, great brother? Rico Suave, what's going on? Chase the Coin, what's going on? Just think about that. The least in demand fight for Keith Thurman was on pay-per-view, where I don't remember which one it was, Sean Porter and Keith Thurman, or Keith Thurman versus Danny Garcia. One of them was not on pay-per-view. I don't remember which one it was, and maybe both wasn't on pay-per-view. But I know for sure one of them wasn't on pay-per-view. So just let that sink in and settle in. But I'm gonna get out of here, people. I appreciate y'all coming through, studding up, holding your boy Blue down, and showing me love. Band up, what's going on, great brother? You know, appreciate y'all coming through, showing your boy Blue love, studding up, and holding me down. Let me get on out of here. I'll be back on tomorrow. Danny versus Sean Porter wasn't on pay-per-view. That's what I'm trying to tell y'all. But Keith Thurman versus Mario Barrios, come on, man. So y'all already know what it is. It's your boy Blue, Blue Blood Sports TV. Hate, like, comment, and subscribe. You haven't subscribed, hit the subscribe button. Van Glorious, what's going on? Ty Baby, Peace Blood Queen. Hit the like button, hit the bell icon. So Dante Fox, what's going on? CEO Shorty, what's going on? Hit the bell icon, hit the notification button so you get all the new notifications. Follow me on Instagram at Blue Blood Sports TV, all one word. Y'all already know what it is. Shout out to the entire LDBC. Shout out to New Media. Shout out to Black Media Row. Make sure you like and share these videos. That's all I got for y'all. Peace. Big